5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your.
What's up YouTube? It's your girl niqondabeats bringing you another hair tutorial. I'm about to show you guys how I made my 26-inch wig into this nice blunt cut bob. So let's get right into it. First thing I'm going to be going in is with my little T-pins that I have just to pin my hair down to my foam head. You can buy T-pins at your local beauty store. They maybe cost about like $2.99, but you get like 8 or 10 in a pack. They're definitely worth it. You're definitely going to need it if you're one of them type of people that like to construct wigs, style wigs. You're going to need them. Now that my wig is all pinned down, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to comb the wig. My wig is freshly washed and styled, but to be honest with you, I haven't worn it for a couple days. So when I took it off my head, I literally wasn't showing it any tender loving care. So I'm just going to go through and comb out any kinks and yanks that I might have before proceeding on to the next process, which will be pressing the hair out. So now that my hair is all combed out, I'm just going to go through the hair and I'm just going to press the hair out. The main key when trying to get a nice blunt cut bob is that you want to make sure that your hair is somewhat pressed out. You don't want to have the hair really in its natural state, because when you go in to cut it, your hair might be uneven. It might be lumps out a little bit. You just want to make sure that it's a good straight silk type of press on the hair. Even if it's not silk press, you want to make sure that it's good. It's a good press on the hair. And excuse my ratchetness. I mean, I'm in my house, so I'm chilling. This is just me on a regular daily basis when I'm just chilling in my house. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only girl that looks like this in their house. So now I'm just going in through the hair with my Argan X coconut milk oil. Well, it's not really oil, it's more of a serum because it is lightweight. And I'm just going to bring some moisture and shine into the hair. And before I actually do the actual initial cut, I'm going to go through the hair and make some layers. And for anybody that doesn't know how to make layers, you basically hold your hair at basically a 90-degree angle, and you take your scissors from where you want to start cutting at, and you gently glide down the hair. You are not making big chops at the hair. You are gently gliding down the hair. So as you can see right here, I'm separating the hair. I'm holding the hair at a 90-degree angle or some type of angle, combing through the hair so I make sure everything is good and together. And then I'm going to take the scissors and gently glide down the hair. So these are my clippers that I got from Walmart. I paid about maybe $12 for them plus the tax, and they're just simple basic clippers, nothing special about them. So basically right here, I'm just deciding how long I want my bob. I do not like little short small Dora bobs. So I like my bobs to come to maybe about my shoulder or maybe a little bit higher than that. But that's about all. I don't like short bobs. That's not my twist. So right here, I'm just seeing where I want the bob to be. And this first cut is going to be my guide through the rest of my hair. So right here is the first cut. Snip, snip, sis. So now that I have my first cut, it's going to guide me through the rest of the hair. So basically what I do is I gradually add on hair. So as I cut, I comb and see how long it is. And then the next thing I do is I'll gradually take hair and just add it into that cut. And that gives you the perfect basic blunt cut without you having to do the whole putting your hair in a ponytail and all of that. This is just giving you a more of a precise cut. And you can do the same exact thing with scissors, but like I said, the scissors made my hands cramp up the last time that I did a bob, so I didn't want to take that same method. I just wanted to do something easy, and me literally cutting my hair took about less than 10 minutes. So now I'm just gonna put the wig on my hair and just see if I like the length and if I wanted to make any type of major changes to the wig. Just gonna move my part to the middle because that's how I wanted to style. Just gonna comb it down just to see how it looks and the length of it, and if I need to cut anywhere else, or if I wanted to cut it any shorter than what I did, which I didn't. And I honestly did like the wig. I like the length of it, and I'm just gonna basically proceed on to the next step now that I see how everything is going and how it's all gonna flow. And this hair is from an AliExpress company called Wiggins Hair. I purchased this hair last year, and to be honest with you, there was nothing wrong with the hair. I got 2 long wigs. Why do I need 3? So I wanted to do something else different. And I literally just colored this hair about 2 weeks ago. I'm feeling myself. So now that the wig is back pinned onto my mannequin head, I'm now going to add some body into the hair. So this is the thing. When you have a bob, you do not, and I repeat, you do not want to have a Lord Farquaad from Shrek bob. His bob was extra tight. Don't nobody wear no bobs like that. So what you're going to do, well, what I did is when I went through my hair, I pressed it out. I went through it with 2 passes basically. First pass was just straighten it all out, and then my second pass, I put a slight bump at my ends. It's not rocket science. Just know when you're going to undercurl, do not make it all drastic and grandmamish. That's not what you want. That is not attractive. That is ugly, to be honest with you. That is a hot mess to me. So you can see I'm just putting a slight bump only at the ends, nowhere else. I'm going in with my Cantu thermal heat protectant, and I honestly should have put it on before I started pressing out, but them couple pieces that I pressed, this wasn't that serious. So just going to finish pressing out the rest of my hair, and like I said, only press out where the ends are, and you don't want to underpress them so hard. Just a little bit, slightly. So now that the wig is all pressed out, I applied it again, and my wig is not glued down. I didn't glue it down. I basically just used what I have inside of my wig, which was my elastic bands and my 2 combs, and I love how my wig came out. Me pulling it up and stuff, I'm just adjusting it just to see exactly how it would look when I do go to glue it down. And I love my wig. Like, I love my cut. I think I did an amazing job on it. Yeah, I think I did a really, really good job on it, especially when I go to lay it down. Sis gonna be a whole snack. Like, yes, look at that. 1 year wear, AliExpress wear. Like I said, this hair was from Wiggins Hair. I had it for a whole year, and I just wanted a different style. It literally could have went longer with it just being long and straight. So that's the end of the tutorial, you guys. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the post notification bell to know when your girl posts new videos, as well as follow me on all social media. Bye. Till next time. YouTube, it's your girl niqondabeats here, bringing you another tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to do this nice watercolor on my hair that I've received from the Motor Hair, as well as how I install it. So let's get right into